sukadham maranam karunam milanam maduram smaranam karunam kalavashadiha sakalam karunam samayadipate akilam karunam. Namaskaram to everyone. I said namaskaram. And it's a privilege to be in this hallowed institution. Heard much about it. Fortunately, I never came here as a client. No, you provide the best medical services, but fortunately I didn't need it. And it's a great privilege to be here.
Namaskaram, Sadhguruji. On behalf of this whole fraternity of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, I would like to extend our warm regards and welcome you here to our institute. We're really privileged to have you here and sit in front of you.
No, you're not sitting in front of me.
Thank them to you. Sadhguru, before we start, I would like to have a small introduction to our student panel.
Please.
I am Tanejan, second year MBBS student here.
I am Vrinda Bhatia, second year MBBS student here.
I am Dr. Mani Kapoor, a PhD scholar from the Department of Biochemistry. We are really blessed, Sadhguruji, to have you here.
I am Kirti Teja, third year MBBS student here. We are excited to start our conversation. Over to Tane.
Sadhguru, representing our student and the doctoral community here, we have gathered a few questions that we would really love if you could answer. So if with your permission, may we start?
If I can answer, I will.
Sadhguru, my first question with which I will start is about the program here, with the name of this program, which is The Miracle of the Mind. So Sadhguru, ever since our childhood, we have known that the mind is the most powerful tool in existence, that all the joy and the suffering is created by the mind. But as medical students, we have read that the brain is an anatomical organ and the mind is just something that is created out of the brain's activity, the patterns of the brain, the circuits and the various neurons, chemicals. So Sadhguru, what according to you is the mind that we are trying to control here? Is it something that we are or something that we have?
If there is a question whether you have it or not, then…
Not as compared, nothing, sir.
No, you raised that issue whether you have it or not. See, the bane of human life here is lack of attention. More and more as generations go, particularly now, we are becoming more and more data-driven, not attention-driven. Life opens up only to the extent or how keen and how intense is your attention. That's how much life opens to you. Whether you're a doctor, engineer, chaprasi, it doesn't matter. You can do your job well or not well, isn't it? Whatever the nature of the job. Some people do it well, some people don't do it well. So, it's not all about how much knowledge you have, it's about how much attention you have. If you pay enough attention to your life… Can I tell you a little joke, medical joke?
More than one joke you can tell.
Sure, okay. This happened in a medical school. A senior doctor was taking them through pathology and there was a dead body. And he said, if you guys want to become doctors, you must grow beyond disgust. You should have no disgust because you will see all kinds of things. People are beautiful outside, if you open them up, they're quite gory. Hello? All the beautiful ones, I'm saying. Pretty gory if you open up, so he said, you must be beyond disgust. And he took his middle finger, put it into the mouth of the cadaver that was there, and then put it in his mouth. Some girls were about to puke, things happened. Then he said, please do it. They said, no way. Then he said, you can't be doctors if you have such disgust. Then after much hesitation, one by one they put their fingers and put it in their mouth. After everybody did that, he said, see, I put my middle finger in the mouth and put my forefinger in my mouth. You guys… So the problem is lack of attention. You're not paying enough attention. If you pay enough attention to your own life, because your business is with human life, the most intimate human life that you know is your own. Hello? However well you know me, you don't know me. You know this one, right? If you just look at it, see your parents, very stingy people, they gave you only one cell each. They could have given you 1,000,000. They gave only one cell. With that one cell, the bone, the blood, the muscle mass and the damn brains all happened out of one cell. So that one cell seems to have the potency of creating brains, blood, bones, everything works. This doctor will come out of that one cell, isn't it? Two rather, I'm sorry, one each. So, looks like what you call as intelligence, what you call as mind, essentially what is it that you call as mind? A combination of a certain amount of memory and a certain amount of intelligence. That intelligence or that mind is there in every cell in your body. Is there any doubt? Or is it only here? If you use only this, you will die of stress. That's what is happening to people today. Because our educational systems are only using one aspect of the intelligence. It's like driving your car on one wheel. The car will die of stress after some time. Even if you're very good at driving, still the car will die and maybe you also. Hello? If you drive on one wheel, possibly you also, isn't it? So right now, this is how we are doing our life, driving only on one wheel, intellect. Everything sorting it out with that. If I ask you a simple question, all four of you, only them or all of you? I'll ask a question, say yes or no, okay? Or whatever it is. You must answer. Answer, no answers, yes, no, I'll bless you anyway. It's up to you. Do you want your intellect sharp or blunt? Some of you didn't say anything, okay. I'll give you one more chance. Sharp or blunt? Sharp. Yes. So your intellect is a sharp instrument. Let's say it's like a knife. If I give you a very sharp knife, now first thing is you must know which is the blade, which is the handle. If you hold the wrong end of it, whichever way you hold it hurts. Right now, unfortunately, many of your generation, not only your generation, they've been in the previous generation, they were not in focus, there was no social media to tell everybody, I'm disturbed. Only your neighbor knew you're a nutcase. Today the whole world knows. That's the difference. So people think it's happening only in this generation, it's not true. It's been happening everywhere. Today there's more expression to the madness. Suppose you hold the blade side, you don't know which side to hold. The harder you hold, more it hurts, more damage it causes. This is one thing that's happening, people don't even know how to hold their mind. They're holding it from the wrong end. And if you have a knife, see, we don't give a knife to a child. Why? Is knife dangerous? Did it ever happen a knife jumped and stabbed somebody? No. It is, if A child is not conscious enough and steady enough to handle a sharp knife. If you are the la 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 kind, intestines will come out. Yes? So if you have a sharp knife, how to hold it? You must be very conscious. In India, there's a whole culture how to give a knife to somebody. You know this? I don't know how much time you're the main questioner, they're just… All? No, I'm just talking about time. This happened. Vivekananda decided to go to United States to spread his master's message. He's made up his mind, but he needs blessings from Sharada Devi. So he goes and she's cooking in the kitchen. He says like this, I want to go to United States to spread this message. Sharada not looking at him, tending to the cooking. She says, Naren, give me that knife. He gives it in a certain way. She takes it and says, you can go. Then he observes, all cutting is over. Thing is already in the pot, whatever she has to cook. Why did you ask for a knife? It's already things are cooking. She said, I just wanted to see how you will handle this knife. The way he gave it, she said, you can go. If you gave it like this, she would say, just you stay here, you're a you're a problem wherever you go, you know? So, mind is like this. The sharper it is, the better it is, isn't it? But the sharper it is, the more conscious you need to become. If you're not conscious and you're carrying a very sharp instrument, you're a danger to yourself or to somebody else, bound to happen. So right now this is the problem, you're using your mind to hurt yourself, if possible the person next to you. Now that you have instruments of technology, you can hurt somebody in Timbuktu, all right? You can make a comment and hurt somebody who is living in Timbuktu. People that you have not seen, you can hurt them. So now instruments have enhanced, but human beings are still the same, unfortunately. The problem is just this, as a human being, you have the sharpest intellect among all the creatures, over 1 trillion species, you are the sharpest intellect. And that is not the only level of intelligence that you have. People ask me, Sadhguru, how is this? So many projects, so much nonsense, and you're playing around all the time, and how do you manage? I said, I think through the whole body. So I don't use my head at all. I just keep it to be decorated with a turban and wear a helmet when I'm riding. I use the entire body to think, because there is more intelligence here than in the brain. Tell me which has more memory, a cell in your body or your brain? Huh?
Probably the brain.
Really? Your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, 10 generations ago. Do you know him? Have you seen him? No. But his nose is sitting on your face. Yes or no? Your body remembers or no?
Yes.
Huh? 1,000,000 years ago, how your forefathers were. Even the skin tone remembers that, isn't it? Not forgotten. So tell me, where is more memory? Millions of years of memory in every cell in your body, isn't it? And tell me, how many chemical reactions are happening? She is the PhD, we'll ask her. How many chemical reactions are happening in every cell in the body? If you look at it, it is immeasurable. There is no chemical factory on the planet which is doing that many chemical reactions per second. So, both in intelligence and memory, every cell in the body is much more than your entire brain. But because of European influence, you think what's happening in this bone box is too important. Because for 1,000 years, they were suppressed by religious dogma, they cannot think, if they think they're dead. When they started thinking for themselves, they thought something fantastic happened. We had thought through all that thousands of years ago in this civilization, and we discarded human thought, saying this, the simple thing is this, your thought cannot be anything more than what you already know. It is only coming from the data that you already have. Without data, you cannot think, isn't it? I've been saying this forever, that, a machine can do things much better than you. Before AI and all this, I've been saying this. A machine can do much better than you if you allow it. Today it's coming in the next 5 years, my phone can do 10 PhD… I'm sorry. My phone can do 10 PhDs a day, it has got that much memory. Yes or no? Because data gathering, assimilating that, and then finding expression to that, a machine will do it much better than you. But a human being can do something else, which a machine cannot do. That is attention. A machine does not have attention. Attention is the key to opening up everything. If you don't have the needed attention, any amount of data, you will work like a machine. But you're all getting into this profession of being doctors. It's not just about… unfortunately, the program is called as medicine, is it? Huh? That's a very wrong thing. It's not about medicine, it's about health. And you're becoming doctors. And when people come to you, the only damn thing they have in their life is that they're alive. Rest is all nonsense. Hello? What do you think? When you're alive, so much nonsense, it's all important. But actually the real thing is, the only valuable thing that you have is you're alive. What the hell do you have otherwise? Rest is all imagination. No, I have 100 crore rupees. If I just pull your memory, one knock on your head, 100 crores will disappear. I don't have to rob it. Just one knock on your head, you'll forget. Hello? Anything will disappear, isn't it? Your family, your money, your wealth and nonsense will disappear one knock on the head. So, you have only life. That life, they're placing it in your hands. You must pay utmost attention, because that's the only damn thing they have.
So, Sadhguru, you brought the topic of attention. So, I want to raise this doubt. In the recent time, I don't know if you are aware, but I know every one of us must be aware that there has been a global pandemic of mobile addiction, short attention span, decreasingly
Why am I not aware? Where do you think I came from?
Yeah, true. And what's even worse is that the upcoming generation, the children are also being exposed to this. Like, I was going to pediatrics ward one day and I just wanted to see out of 30 children who are consciously active, the number of persons using mobiles. I found that there are 30 out of 30 children, they are addicted to mobiles, and even parents are supporting that they are giving their children mobile to make them feed and all. And among adults, I need not say, this is amongst one of the… this is more than any other addiction.
I just went to the pediatric ward before coming here. Yeah. 6-year-olds were shooting me with their mobile phone.
Yeah, so this thing, like, people are aware that they are being addicted, but they cannot come out of this. And what could be the possible solution from your side? And if this Miracle of Mind program, like there is a 7-minute meditation…
That's on the mobile phone only.
Yeah. No, understood. Like, how can people get into this meditation, and how can people focus their attention onto this meditation when, if the situation is like that, they can't even watch a 10-minute video?
See, the problem is not the mobile phone. Mobile phone is a solution for many things. Probably you don't understand this because from a very early age you're seeing the phone. We understand this very well, our generation. When I'm building Isha Foundation, once in a way I have a phone calling day. I stop somewhere in one of those blue boxes, you've not even seen them. STD, ISD, local call, 50 paisa, 1 rupee, something, all right? So I stop somewhere. First when I go there, I give that guy 5,000 rupees. Those days it's big. He says, why? I said, just keep it. Then I start calling. I don't have a single… I never had a phone book. I have 600, 700 numbers on my mind. And a phone, it's national, international, local, STD, whatever. Codes, everything. I never had a phone book. So I made all the calls, 50, 100, 150 calls. Once in a fortnight, I stop. By the time I do my this, the black phone, kutru, my finger is tired, try to use this one. Today I'm driving, if I just mention somebody's name, my phone calls them. I don't think this is a problem. We are very happy. And I have not gone and sat in my office in the last 6-7 years because my office is in my pocket. You think this is a problem? All the best for you. I think this is a fantastic solution that came our way. Hello? How much life has become easy because of the mobile phone. The problem is not mobile phone. If people start eating, they don't know when to stop eating.
That's the thing.
If they start drinking, they don't know when to stop drinking. If they do anything, they start doing this, they don't know when to stop it. In the sleep also they're doing this. So this is not a problem of technology or mobile phone, it's a problem of lack of consciousness. You become compulsive. You must understand, the only good thing about a human being, only see, compared to any other creature, you're not doing anything different. You are born how? The same way as it happened to animals, it happened to you also. We grow up, they grow up. We grow up with a lot of fuss, they grow up simply, effortlessly. They eat, we eat, they sleep, we sleep, they reproduce, we reproduce, they die, we die. That also we do with lot of fuss. You need so much facility. They simply die. Everything that we do, animals are doing, isn't it? Only thing is, we can do it consciously, which makes us worlds apart, which sets us apart in a massive way. So you surrender that one quality that you have, different from all the other creatures, and then you ask me there is a problem. Of course there is a serious problem, because you've surrendered that one quality which sets you apart from all the other creatures, which is, you can eat consciously, you can breathe consciously, you can sit here consciously, you can act consciously, you can do everything consciously, or you can do it unconsciously. So, this process of evolution, in this, the significant factor is we became intelligent enough to become conscious. If you surrender that, you are going back in the evolutionary scale. If somebody behaves very unconsciously, you will say, he is a brute, behaving like an animal. Why are you saying this? Essentially you are saying because he's not behaving consciously, he is behaving compulsively, isn't it? So whether you do compulsiveness with food or drink or phone or other human beings, it's equally bad, because unconsciousness sets you back in the evolutionary process. Instead of moving forward, you're moving backwards. What to do? Phone is not the problem. Phone is a solution. Miracle of mind.
Sadhguruji, my question is, most of the ancient scriptures like Vedas and Upanishad, they tell us the healing power of mantras and meditation. Like in Shiv Puran, Mahamrityunjay mantra is there, which is a powerful healing mantra. So, could you please help us in getting how these spiritual practices influence our body and our mind, and can this spiritual living be used as a preventive medicine?
See, first of all, because you are PhD and I am nothing, all right? I have not read any of those books that you mentioned. With all due respect to all of them, I did not read, not because I think they are low or high or whatever. It is just that my quest was to know what is the nature of this life. I was not interested in either Shiva or Vishnu or sun or moon or anything. I wanted to know what this is. This is what my prime interest was from my childhood. So, as I paid attention to this, I can say, I know this life from its origin to its ultimate. I don't know anything else. I don't know any of the Puranas. Really. But you're talking about a mantra. Mantra means a sound or an arrangement of sounds. Sounds can be arranged in different ways. If you arrange it with a certain level of geometric perfection, it will work as a mantra. That means, say right now, if we utter a sound, it is passing through the air, that's where you can hear it, all right? It can also pass through the water. If you're down in the swimming pool, we can call you loudly and you can hear. So it penetrates the water. That means it's penetrating your tissue. So if you create the right sounds, it will have impact on the system. What are those right sounds? Right sound means it must be geometrically correct. It must have a certain congruence that it produces a particular type of impact. This is called as Nada Yoga. How to transform human body, mind and spirit through using the right kind of sounds. Mantras are significant for the arrangement of sound. People add meanings to it because if it is not meaningful, most people cannot pay attention. See, people can pay attention to only those things that they think is valuable. They don't have an indiscriminate sense of attention. That is why they miss most of life. They miss most aspects of life because their attention is prejudiced. Oh, this is my friend, I like him, so I pay attention. Oh, this is something beautiful, so I pay attention. This is mine, so I pay attention. Not like that. Attention is like light, it must be on. If God comes, it should show, if devil comes, it should show, isn't it? Hello? Attention is like that, simply on. Whatever is here, it must show. Otherwise, you become hallucinatory. Little bit of attention, rest of the time, if you are from this civilization, you'll see variety of gods. If you are from other civilizations, you'll see only one kind. You look like me, I think. That's a very important thing in this civilization. None of our gods are old. They're young, vibrant, full on. Hello? So, your imagination will play based on what is your cultural influences. But attention is not about imagination. Attention is about just seeing what is here right now. Your data should not color the attention. If my data colors the attention, now I'll think, oh, she's Indian, she's in India, so we don't like Indians, but if you're elsewhere, oh, she's Indian, she looks like Indian, I like her, you know. Or something else, some caste, creed, family, nonsense, whatever. But if attention is not colored, if you are here, I pay the same attention. If a grasshopper is here, I pay the same attention. If nothing is here, I pay the same attention because attention is unprejudiced. And it should not be intermittent, it must be on. If attention is on, nothing is missed in life, both internally and externally. All of it we may not be able to act upon because action is limited. We can't act upon all those things. But what we act upon will be to the point, we hit the ball. You know, when I was talking to somebody in a conversation in Hyderabad, I think. So Sadhguru, last question at that time, a few years ago, not anymore. Last question, how to beat Pakistan in cricket? We don't ask that question anymore, all right. I said, see, if you want to beat Pakistan, send the Indian army. If you want to play cricket, hit the damn ball. Hello? You want to hit the ball or beat Pakistan? If you think with this bat you're going to beat Pakistan, I know that ball will smash your face probably. So, attention is not there. So much of memory is playing out all the time. So, there is a massive loss about everything. So, mantras are those types of There are two ways to say it, sounds or reverberations which will cause. Today there's lots of experiments, these days I think a lot of it was on the YouTube and all that. If you just utter a certain mantra, the granules that are put on a thin sheet arrange themselves in different patterns. Have you seen these things? You can do this because we've always known this. I don't know what is in those books, I'm quite illiterate that way. So, I didn't bother to read all that, but I know this one. I know what sound does what to this. Fortunately, you're also made the same way. And every other life is made the same way. So when I talk about myself, people think I know the whole universe. I'm telling you a secret. I am only talking about myself. So sounds have a tremendous impact because, see, today modern science is telling you, what you see as physical matter, including your bodies, is not 100% true. It's a reverberation on one level. Where there is a reverberation, there is a sound. All sounds you cannot hear, only a small range of frequencies you can hear. What is below that is subsonic, what is above that is ultra or supersonic. You don't hear them. What you hear is a very small range of sounds. But there are so many other sounds. You don't hear them. See, right now, everybody's carrying a phone, somebody's keeping it on all the time. Now, if somebody calls them, if they pick it up, they're talking. The talk is going from here somewhere, isn't it? Hello? Their phone is catching it, but it's all over the place or no? But you can't hear it, because it's in a frequency mode that you cannot hear. So based on the frequency, amplitude and other aspects of the sound, if you feed a sound into an oscilloscope, it always gives out a certain form. So every sound has a form, every form has a sound attached to it. This is a certain aspect of yoga which is referred to as Ritambara Prajna. That means you're conscious of the name-form relationship or the sound and form relationship. So if you have that, then you can create your own mantra. You can arrange the sounds in such a way it has for a specific impact. So you want to create a certain impact on your patient, you can chant a certain mantra, but you must also treat, okay? It is just that it creates a more conducive atmosphere. Conducive atmosphere is always valuable. What we do is important, but having a conducive atmosphere is equally important, otherwise what we do may not go to the extent it should go.
As future doctors, many of us might struggle to reconcile this gap between, the spiritual aspects of healing and what we learn in medicine, like the mantras you just mentioned. So what is the way to bridge this gap between this mystical understanding of the human body and what we study in the scientific medicine?
See, your interest is in human body, as you mentioned just now. Which body do you have maximum access to? Mine or yours? Mine. Yours. This is the one which is always under our control and our this thing. Inside out you can know it, isn't it? So spend some time. Those of you who are becoming doctors, spend some time if you want, we can help you how to do this. Spend at least a little bit of time to know this internally. If you do that, your knowledge of being a doctor could become much more effective than the way it is right now. See, it is a fact, whether, a lot of people won't like it, troll armies will go at me tomorrow morning, I know, but it's okay. But still in a given hospital, when people are ill, they want to go to that particular doctor. Yes? Not that others don't know. For some reason, they want to go to that particular doctor, because somehow when he treats, it works better. Something little extra, maybe just 10% extra, maybe 5% extra. But when it's your life, that 5% means a lot. Hello? Isn't it? When your life is involved, that extra 5% means a world to you, isn't it? So why are they going to that particular doctor? Because somehow it seems to work better. some quality. You may not be able to put your finger on what is that quality. It doesn't matter what the hell you want to call it, spiritual, medical, nonsense. Have that quality, because other people are placing their lives in your hands, isn't it? Invest some time to know this one.
Sadhguru, as doctors, we many times have to reveal the death and terminal illnesses to various patients. And as a second year MBBS student, I have just started my posting. So what I have seen is that I personally get a lot attached to the patients that I see. But when I see my senior doctors, I feel that they are kind of emotionally numb to them because of the long journey they have gone through and they have seen various things. So is it, according to you, fine to be so emotionally detached to the world and, in my case, my patients? And how do I ensure that I remain compassionate throughout this whole journey?
See, how to announce the loss of somebody who is dear to someone. How do you do it? There is no particular way to do it. Whichever way you do it, it's bad. Hello? Whichever way you do it, it's bad. It's not going to change the reality of it. Can I tell you a joke?
More than one again.
This happened. Shankaran Pillai and his friends were profoundly involved in poker. So, 4 of them were playing poker, money, you know. One of them bet $10,000 and lost it. And then he couldn't bear it. He took his revolver out and shot himself because he can't go home having lost $10,000. So somebody has to go and tell his wife, your husband died at the poker game. So after much this thing, they took a lot, who should go, because nobody wants to go. Shankaran Pillai had to go. He went, knocked on the door. The wife came and opened the door. He said, your husband lost $10,000 at the poker table. Let him fall dead, she said. He said, he did, and walked away. There are many ways to convey them. But there is no way to take away the loss. It is just gently, as a human being, as humanly as possible, you do it. But it doesn't reduce the loss. Loss is loss. Somebody dear to you has been lost, nobody can talk it out with you. But you don't have to do it in crude ways. Even if you do it in a crude way, it's not going to enhance their suffering. It just shows what an ass you are. Whichever way you tell somebody your husband or your wife or your child is dead, it's not going to enhance suffering or reduce suffering. It just shows what kind you are. So, keep this in mind and say it in the best possible way.
But how do we ensure that we remain compassionate over time? How do we ensure that we remain compassionate over time?
See, I know all these words are all over the place, but what I'm saying is, what is needed is sensitivity, not compassion. Somebody dear to me is dead, I don't need your compassion. It's just that you express it in a sensitive way. We appreciate who you are. This doesn't take away my loss. Hello? Anyway, what's happened to me has happened to me. It just is, okay, at least this doctor is human, we will think. He's not a robotic one, because in tomorrow's world it'll be difficult to make the difference between the robotic one and you. So, maybe the robots will be trained to say it in the most beautiful way. Hello? Huh?
Sadhguruji, this might be relevant to many of my seniors and students.
Little closer.
Yeah. This might be relevant to many of my seniors and my fellow students. If one chooses to go abroad for studies and seeking personal and professional growth, even if that means getting away from their families and not being there for our parents who have cared for us throughout our life. Is it an act of selfish ambition, or is it that can it be seen that we are fulfilling a deeper duty? How do we solve this ethical dilemma?
See, if you're going outside the country because you want to learn or expose yourself to something that is not possible here, you must go. But you're just escaping from this country and maybe your home, then I would say, not necessary. I know somebody, a very prominent person in the country who is a minister, who's never left this country because he took a vow that till India is fully developed, becomes a fully developed nation, I will not travel abroad. There are people who are living with this kind of commitment to make things better here. Till this country becomes developed, I will not step out of this country. So, till the best medical facilities happen in India, I will not go out. You can take that, but if you feel there is better learning elsewhere, you must go. Because that learning will be useful in so many ways.
Is it selfish for…
See, I don't know where you get these ideas. Because do one thing which is not selfish right now. Do one thing, let me see. Everything is selfish, isn't it? So the problem with selfishness is people are stingy even with their selfishness. See, what is your selfishness? You want to live well. I'm saying, why don't you include everybody into this? I want everybody to live well. Selfishness is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Hello? You are constipated in your selfishness, that's the problem. Make your selfishness all-inclusive. What I think is best must happen to everybody. Hello? See, this will anyway happen in constipated ways. You know what's constipation? You still not come to that subject yet? Constipation means it's not that things don't happen. Things happen, but they happen little by little. So, you are alone, now you think, I must do this, I must do that, I must have this, I must have that. One day, if you get married, suddenly you think, both of us, we must have this, we must have that. Then you have 2 children, then we has become bigger. So you're expanding your selfishness, which is good. I'm saying, why are you going in constipated ways? Why don't you see every life must have the best that I think is best? Hello?
Sadhguruji, during challenging times in life, like if we talk about COVID, at that time, there were many people who were badly affected. Like the doctors, they were tirelessly working all the time. And there were patients who were suffering through the illness and the families of those who lost their lives during the pandemic. So a lot of people got affected. So during such challenging times, if more people, they collectively meditate, so can that also affect not at individual level but at a society level? Means can meditation creates a ripple effect which leads to like healing of the community or the whole country or whole world at once, if many people meditate at a same place. So
yeah, that COVID virus, initially they said its life cycle is 28 days, is it correct? Then they said it's 21 days or 12 days or something. What was it? You tell me, I'm asking you. Huh? What was its life cycle, the virus? 14 days. If 14 days everybody in this country closed their eyes and meditated, it would be gone. Only problem is we couldn't contain the people from going to your party, from going to your wedding, from going to this and that. If everybody closed their eyes and meditated for 14 days, COVID would be dead. Yes or no? So, I know you are asking the question not in that context. You want to know if we can meditate and kill the virus, influence the virus, all right? Well, one thing, there are many aspects to… See, the word meditation, English word meditation doesn't mean anything. If you sit here with your eyes closed, people think you are meditating. You can be doing japa, tapa, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, samyama, shunya, or you might have just mastered the art of sleeping in vertical postures. Now, being in the university, you know these tactics, isn't it? With eyes open, you can sleep. So, the word meditation doesn't specify anything, doesn't define anything. If you say dharana or dhyana or this one or that one, it means something specific. So the word meditation doesn't specify anything, but let us give some kind of a definition for that. Essentially, meditation means, or dhyana means, let's say, most people, at least in India, are imagining meditation means dhyana. It's dhyanam in Sanskrit, dhyana in southern Indian languages. You ate up the last two syllables and made dhyan, all right? But you think you're correct, it's all right. In Sanskrit, it's dhyanam. Dhyanam, if you do, what happens is, if you sit here, your body is here, your mind is playing somewhere here. What is you is little away from these two things. When you remain in this state, even for a few moments, let's say a few seconds, tremendous regeneration of the body will happen, because body is free of you and alive. It's a big thing. So, when this regeneration happens, the immune system is phenomenally better. Last year when I happened to come under the scanner of the doctors, they said my immune system is about 5 times stronger than what is considered normal. So they didn't know what medicine to give me because my body was resisting anything that you put into it. So why does it become stronger? Simply because you regenerate the body that way. Body is always regenerating. The question is at what level? So if it regenerates well, what is called as aging will be a playful process. Otherwise, aging will be a miserable process. Life will be a miserable process because whether you're 5 years of age or 50 years of age or 100 years of age, you are aging anyway. Aging has been happening to you from infancy, isn't it? So aging is a problem means you will be suffering all along the way, some way, one way or the other. When you're a toddler, you have diaper problem, when you're an adolescent, you have hormonal problem, when you're middle age, you're in crisis, when old age is horrendous, what not. No time of the life is supposed to be good, everything is one kind of problem or the other. This is because we are not in sync with the life process. We've become too much a psychological process. If you think what is happening in your mind is for real, then… Can I tell you also a joke? Because you're PhD, I'm asking. See, if you… because human imagination is one of the greatest things that we have. Out of this we have created many things. Let's say you built a castle in the air. You know the term. You built a castle in the air. Brick by brick, every detail you built, and you showed it to me by talking about it. We will applaud, fantastic, how you built a castle in the air. But after some time, you start thinking it's real. Then we think you're neurotic. After some time, you started living in that castle. Then we say you're psychotic. Then a third person comes and collects rent for that castle. Generally, he gets labeled as psychiatrist, with all due respect. Essentially, your faculties are going out of control, isn't it? See, our memory and our imagination are two most fantastic faculties that we have. Compared to any other creature, we have a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. But these are the only two things that human beings are suffering, isn't it? You ask people, they're suffering, what happened 10 years ago? Hello? What happened 10 years ago is not alive right now. You're suffering that which does not exist. What may happen day after tomorrow, you're already suffering. You're suffering your imagination or life. You're suffering your memory and imagination. What should be fantastic faculties have unfortunately become sources of misery for most people, because in the process of education, in the social process, there is no any kind of instruction or training how to handle this one. How to conquer the world, they're teaching you. How to keep this one. Your quality of life is not determined by what you're wearing, how much is your bank balance, or what kind of degrees they will give you. When you sit here, how peacefully, joyfully you're sitting here, this is the quality of your life, isn't it? So, COVID came. If I say this, some people will feel insulted, but let me insult some people, it's okay. I'm not standing for election, so what's my problem? When the COVID broke out, I did one thing before COVID. I wanted to release one book. For the last 8 years, all the talks that I've given about death, they were compiling this, it was going on and on because there's so much this thing. This is a problem about making a book. Editing is the biggest problem. You think everything is valuable, but then it'll become 1200 pages. Nobody is going to read 1200 pages, you want to put it to 350 pages. How to cut, what to cut? This debate goes on for 8 years. They can't decide what to cut, because somebody thinks this is precious, somebody thinks that is precious, how to take it off? So I gave them an ultimatum. By February 15th, if you don't publish, I'm going to publish just the rough cut as it is. Then they published. Well, first week of March it struck. Because I saw something dark, I did not know virus what it is. I saw something dark coming. I thought death will be the most important thing to handle. So we released the book and unfortunately, it becomes a bestseller, all right? And it became a companion for many people because for them understanding what is happening, because death was happening all around. It is happening all the time, but because it is happening sparsely, it is happening to somebody there, we think it's not ours. But now it's happening here around me and I could be one tomorrow. So for everybody, mortality came in their face. When mortality is in your face, it's time to wisen up, not to be terrified, because we are all mortal. Am I correct? Hello, sir? All are dying people only. So that's why I said, death, a book only for those who shall die. If you're not the dying kind, don't read it. If you're the dying kind, all of us are dying kind. We are only negotiating time. Nobody is negotiating life or death. Everybody is negotiating time, okay, little more, we don't want it today. We want to push it, kick the can a little bit. That's all we can do, isn't it? But the important thing is, when mortality stares you in the eye, time to realize the value of your life, isn't it? See, if you were immortal, would you value this moment? No, only because it's limited amount of time. Everything that we do is precious, isn't it? Everything that we do is valuable, every breath is valuable. Because it's limited number of breaths, it'll go away. So, COVID, when it came, I was here and I wanted to travel because there was work in United States, but United States was reeling under thing more than India in terms of percentages of deaths and stuff. Pretty bad it was. So they won't let me travel. I'm on camera, there's some things I cannot say about the vaccination, okay? But I got vaccination and then traveled went there, and for the first time in my life in 40 years, I didn't have a schedule. Otherwise, every day, every hour is scheduled. I'm scheduled for minimum 18 to 20 hours a day, 7 days, 24 hours of the day, 365 days. I'm always scheduled. Suddenly, there is no schedule. I thought, this is fantastic. When did this happen to me? So in US, the golf courses were open, I went and golfed. How much to golf? Then I decided, I always wanted to visit the Native American nations. Then I said, this is it. And public transport was not a good thing to do. So I took out my motorcycle and rode across United States, hitting 17 Native American nations. Native American nations were the worst affected. And I did a simple thing. In my garden, randomly, I identified 12 types of trees and plants. Every day I ate one leaf from these 12 plants. I traveled among people, I was in the Native American nations where people were dying like worms. Compared to the rest of the society, it was almost 3 to 4 times more deaths in the reservations because close-knit society and not enough care, all this. I went there and met all the people. In this entire COVID time and after that another 2 years, 3 years, I didn't even catch a cold, okay? Because human system is like this. Either you can build it in such a way that it's fit for life, or you can build it in a way it is fit for heaven. You know what's the qualification to go to heaven? No? You got to die first. So you must build your body in such a way, it's fit for life. COVID will come, something else will come. This doesn't mean you're immortal. Something may hit you and you may die. But you must not die stupid. Hello? Yes or no? Anyway, we will die one day. We don't know how. It may happen this way, it may happen that way, it may be an infection, something may fail, something may hit us. But you shouldn't die stupid, which I almost did last year. I knocked my head somewhere. Sometimes you do foolish things,
So Sadhguru, as you brought the topic of life, I want to ask some general question. So as everyone, I was contemplating during my around 16–17 years that what is the purpose of life, what should I do in future, or what being done would make me feel satisfied, or what exactly is the, purpose of my human life as opposed to life of an animal or insect or something. I mean to say, what is the purpose of my intelligence of human being? So how should I use it so that I know I have done my duty? So I have reached to some conclusions after many conclusions that I should use my intelligence or I should use my life so that I have affected the quality of human life per se. Like I should have an impact on human life, not just my generation, even coming generations. But when I have gone through your videos on purpose of life, you are saying that you need not think about purpose of life, you just have to live. So I was kind of doubtful, like I felt a bit nihilistic. So I just wanted to get clarified, like if at all there is no purpose of life, why should we all stress so much to do something?
Oh, you shouldn't stress.
We are stressing.
That's a different problem. See, because people have always told you, study means how? Study hard. Work means how? Work hard. Nobody told you you should work, study joyfully, work lovingly. No. You're stressing not because you're doing something great, simply because you don't know how to manage yourself. Hello? If you knew how to manage this, let me make it very simplistic. If your thought and emotions were happening just the way you want, would you stress or bliss? Question.
Bless.
Huh? Say it to the mic.
Bless, I would bless.
Bliss. So your thought and emotion is not in your control. That's a problem, they're doing their own thing. Suppose these two fingers just popped up and want to poke your eyeballs. What to do? Then if she cares for you, she'll hold your hand, don't do this. Then if you struggle, this guy will come and tie you to the chair. If you still don't listen, there is a surgeon in the audience who'll come and cut it off, those two fingers. Whatever is needed to see that you don't damage yourself, isn't it? Right now, if you take two thoughts and poke yourself, or two emotions, no, one emotion and poke yourself, and to a point where people even kill themselves. If you're doing this, is it equally crazy as poking your eyeballs? Hello? It is. So change that. Then what you do, you will do it. Different people have to do different activity. Somebody has to be a doctor, somebody has to be a nurse, somebody has to be a patient also, hello? Otherwise, what the hell will you do? Everybody has something to do, isn't it? So, what we are doing, one thing is, we can do it in the best possible way or in a clumsy way. When you stress, you do things best possible way or in a clumsy way. Clumsy doctor is dangerous doctor, all right? A clumsy doctor is a very dangerous doctor, isn't it? We need a joyful doctor. Oh, if he's sick, how can I be joyful? Okay, you also become sick, we'll transfer you as a patient instead of a doctor. So don't think you solve any problem by you being miserable. You don't solve any problem. If everybody is unhealthy in this room, is it not very important that you're a picture of health? Hello? Hello? Everybody is unhealthy, how can I walk so healthy? Let me also be little unhealthy. This is not a solution. You are just adding to the problem. You being healthy when everybody is unhealthy is most important, isn't it? So when the COVID came, that's what I did. I said, see, I don't have RNA in my blood, nothing. I just have 12 leaves from 12 random plants, not medicinal plants, just about anything, unwashed, just wipe it with your hands and eat it. In the morning when I'm walking, I'm just eating 12 leaves, that's all. Well, I went through the whole thing without it. Even 2-3 years after that, I have not had a cold. But I live like this, little on the edge, sometimes I bang my head here and there. That I have to take care.
So Sadhguru, what is your opinion on the purpose of life, general?
Purpose? See, have you been very joyful some days? Sometimes, not even days, sometimes.
Yeah.
You've been very joyful. When you're very joyful, do you think what is the purpose of life? No. When life has become little burdensome, then you ask, what is the purpose of life? So, this is the pursuit of miserable people on the planet. Miserable people are always asking, what is the purpose? Because it is such a misery. What is the purpose of continuing? That's what they're asking. Even I would ask them, what is the purpose? See, you were not born miserable, nobody here, yes? All four of you. When you're 5, 6 of your years of age, if you look at your picture, like this it is. Slowly you're practicing misery. Because if you're joyful, people will not think you're a doctor. Maybe that's your impression, that I must look to be a doctor. No, then you look like you just walked out of a grave. A grave face means what? Somebody might have walked out of a grave or maybe very close to it. I'm telling you this. Suppose somebody came and told you, you're a doctor or on the way. Someone came and told, my grandmother is serious. What do you think? She's on the way out? Yes or no? So if you become serious, what does it mean? You're on the way out? All of us are, but you don't have to rush it. Hello? All of us are on the way out, but you don't have to rush it because death does not need your support. No, Sadhguru, that's not what I asked, the meaning of life. That's why I'm telling you. Because without addressing mortality, you don't know nothing about life, isn't it? Life, as in the introduction they said, it's a limited amount of time and energy. This limited amount you are not able to manage. It is becoming burdensome. Say, have you noticed on a particular day, if you're very happy, 24 hours, poof, went off like a minute? Another day you're a little depressed, 24 hours feel like a eon? Yes or no? So time is a very relative experience. If you are blissed out, 100 years will feel like, see, I feel like I was born day before yesterday, look at me. It just feels like already here. So, why is it that you're stressing, first of all, to become what you want? You chose to become a doctor or your parents… You. Because in India, parental doctors are there. They like to say, my son is a doctor. They don't care what kind of doctor he is. He's a doctor, that's all that matters. I was in Georgia, and in Tbilisi, there's so many Indian boys and girls all doing medicine. So I'm sitting and talking… When I went for the Safe Soil journey, I went there and all these boys and girls gathered around me and they're asked. Then I asked, okay, then what do you do after this? They said, no, they're not letting us take the certification or whatever, the examination, and we can't be doctors in India. Then where do you go? Do you go to some other country? No, we can't go anywhere. Then what is it? Then they say, no, it helps in the marriage market. You can say, I'm a doctor, you can't treat anybody, it doesn't matter. I'm a doctor, so you marry me. So people become doctors for so many reasons. You're a doctor because you know in some way maybe you're exposed to human suffering. When people are unwell, what it means, you know. However strong you are, however well you are, when you're unwell, what it means, it's a full-grown adult becomes like a child. Hello? Huh? Helpless like an infant, isn't it, lying on the hospital bed? So, something, some little bit of humanity, be it within you and you want to become a doctor, don't make it into a miserable process. Why should I stress if there's no meaning? There is no meaning, but it means a lot for that person who's lying there to live. Hello? Yes or no? For that person it means a lot to live. And if we have the privilege, if we have the hands and the skills to somehow make that happen, maybe not every time, we can make it happen in many cases. If we can, it is not a service, it's a great privilege that such a responsibility is placed in our hands, isn't it? Don't think you're doing any service. Such a tremendous responsibility is a privilege in your hands, isn't it? How many people, if somebody falls down on the road, how many people know what to do and a simple thing that they do may make that person either live or die? How many people know? They don't. You know, when I was young, I took about 5 accident victims, road accidents in India. These days things have improved, there is something called an ambulance coming and all that stuff. At that time we picked them up, put them in an auto rickshaw to kill them. That auto rickshaw itself will kill, okay? If the guy wouldn't die, we will kill them. It's like that. So I took 5 of them. 3 died, 2 lived. Like sometimes I carried pieces of their skull in my pocket. Really, in my pocket I put, and my whole… everything, I'm blood-soaked. I took these people, put them on the table, he survived for 3 days. Then I'm running around the town to find blood for him. No blood bank has the needed blood. Then I started a blood donation club where people can call for that. Then after this whole day of saga, fully, I gave up all the things that I was doing and just this guy I handled. I went home and I want to shower. In my pocket, 3 pieces of his skull are still sitting in my shirt pocket. Then again I ran back to the hospital. Then the doctor said, don't worry, we've bandaged him, it means nothing. And next day they were trying to transport him to Bangalore from Mysore, he died on the way. I still had pieces of his skull in my pocket. So when I saw this, maybe if you could do something on the spot, you know. So that privilege is in your hands, please use it. Don't stress, it's the greatest privilege.
Sadhguruji, we are running a little out of time, so we have an interesting setup lined up before we open it to the audience.
Okay.
So, since this Miracle of Mind is a very short, just a 7-minute practice that we can do, we have prepared 7 quirky questions that we would like you to answer in a rapid-fire fashion. That is that you do not have to think much before
If you fire at me, I may fire at you also.
Just rapid, okay then. Rapid questions.
I will also fire,
Done.
whatever it is.
So my first question to you would be, as we know that your father was a doctor, and imagine that you also took that profession, then which body part would it be that you would have liked to explore more?
The entire body?
One body part.
No, I don't do that.
So, do you recount any scary experience of yours with a doctor as a kid, or as you mentioned, just recently you experienced?
Oh, I remember when I was 4 years of age or 4.5 years of age, those days at home, the syringes are not like this, glass syringes. My father has 2-3 sizes of glass syringes, and there's this needle which they boil at home, you know, not like today you open from plastic paper and put it, they have to boil at home. And that big needle, when it came, I ran all over the neighborhood. For some reason they want to give me an injection, I don't know why. But I remember I ran terrified all over the neighborhood. After that I didn't care. This poke means poke. That one time I ran all over the neighborhood trying to avoid the syringe because it looked so big.
Sadhguruji, what is more painful than surgery?
What
According
is…
to you, what is-
Catheter. If you have not had the experience, I wish you never have. Catheter, no. Terrible.
So Sadhguru, what if you are given an option to live forever? Would you take it? What if you are given an option to live forever, provided that you will age continuously? So would you take that?
Provided?
You age continuously.
What do you mean by that?
Like, say you are gonna live for 300 years. Would you take that?
300 is not forever. Is it forever or 300 years you're offering?
Say 300 years.
Because my great-grandmother lived till 113. And so till the last day she lived by herself, without anybody's help. She had throat cancer at 111, because those days women could use tobacco once they got married. Unmarried girls were not allowed to use tobacco, married women could use tobacco. She got married at the age of 14. First day she exercised her right. She started chewing tobacco from that day. At the age of 111, she got throat cancer. It was like swollen like that, super painful. She neither took a painkiller nor went to a doctor. She simply had some mild fluids and just sat. 113, she died. Well, the question is not… life is not in years. Life is in the intensity of your experience. I'm like this, right now I'm made like this. If I close my eyes, I can simply sit here till I fall dead. I have no need for action, I have no need for interaction, I'm full of action all the time. But it's because it's needed, not because I need it. So, it's very difficult for people to understand this. The way I'm involved with people, the way I'm involved with activity, people can't believe I will ever stop my activity.
Wonderful, sir.
But I can drop it today. So 300 years, 200 years or tomorrow morning would make no difference. If I'm needed, if what I'm doing is useful, I don't care if it's 1,000 years. If it is not, tomorrow morning I don't care either.
Wonderful.
Sadhguru, sometimes I feel that I could have done or maybe could do better in another profession.
I didn't understand.
So Sadhguru, sometimes I feel that I could do or could have done in another profession. So is it something with you also that you also feel that second thoughts about being a yogi or maybe regret taking this path?
Maybe I would have felt that way, but I don't have a profession. So which other profession can I do? I don't have a profession, I've never taken a job in my life. I've never been paid for what I do.
Do you want to get paid or do you imagine like if you had been paid that it would have been better?
No, see, earning a little bit of money in the world to maintain your personal things is not a big deal for a human being. It's just the mental constipation that people have, that they're making it like it's some great achievement they're doing if they earn a living. Earning a living is not a big deal, every insect and worm does it, isn't it? With a millionth of your brain. It's not a big deal. I have never seen that as a big deal. And well, I don't have a profession, so how do I choose an alternate profession? Right now they're reading out a lot of things, there are many more things that I do. It's just that I'm not paid for it, I'm taken care of.
As we talked about meditation and dhyan, so according to you, should we medical students accept our fate before examinations or do meditation?
Oh, if you're like that, I'm worried about the patient's fate. I don't care whether you pass or fail, really. Because the nature of life is such that all of us will pass. You understand what I'm saying? You lived badly, so they won't detain you. Like that guy is asking, 300 years you want to be detained. So if you do badly in your medical exam, they will detain you. But with life, it's not like that. Everybody will pass. That's the beauty of life. Hello? No fear of failure, isn't it? All of us will pass. Now, but people don't want to pass soon. That's where you come in. You're not people who will avoid death. You will postpone people's passing. Postponement. How much postponement? To what extent biology allows? To what extent individual genetics and many things allow? So, it's just about that. Whether you pass your examination or not, what does it matter to me? What matters to me is that you're a good doctor and you don't make other people pass too soon.
Sadhguru, stethoscope or third eye, which according to you gives a better diagnosis?
Depends what you're trying to see.
So Sadhguru, this is not a rapid round question, this is one I just wanted to get to you personally. Like, see, this is about, I want to know what's your opinion on homeopathy. So basically thing is, homeopathy is not an ancient Indian practice like Ayurveda or Yoga, Siddha. Like those things we are not yet fully understood to disregard, and I support that we need to have them parallel along with this. But homeopathy is something which was invented in Germany in 1800s just because people wouldn't have treatments to known ailments, so that they just come up with this. And yet to date, there is no single scientific evidence or basis that homeopathy works. But still, it somehow crept into Indians through colonial era.
Because
and
anybody can become a homeopathic doctor.
Yeah.
In 3 days, I could become one if I want. All I need is some sugar pills.
That's what. And the situation is like that. India has become the second largest consumer of homeopathy after
Really?
Germany.
Is
Yeah.
it so?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
It is prevalent among everyone. Even I was a victim of homeopathy for 10 years and spent thousands of rupees on that. Understood only after came into this medical education. So I decided that as a doctor, my duty is not just telling patients what works and also creating awareness what doesn't work. But the thing is, in India, like many countries banned homeopathy, practicing homeopathy. But Indians still government supports homeopathy.
There
There's
are
a
homeopathy
ministry.
colleges in
Yeah,
Bangalore.
homeopathy colleges, nearly 400 crores is spent on them. So you, I'm amazed that you're among the top 50 influential persons. I want to know your opinion so that at least through this video, if either any one person changes their mind, it would be a big win for me.
See, sometimes people have given me some homeopathic medicine way back. I like the sugar, so I ate it, but when I try to, little taste the medicine, it had a lot of alcohol in it, obviously, and something else which is pungent and strong. Whatever it is medicinal, what they're using there. From where that medicine comes, I don't know, they act like it's some kind of a secret.
Yeah.
It is no secret, it's a chemical composition, most probably because I saw someone who's close to me who had like childhood kind of asthmatic condition. Just 15 days of this medicine, poof, it went away. I thought there must be cortisones in that, which some people confirmed, yes, it's like that, but some people say it is not. I don't know the reality. I don't want to comment about something that I have no knowledge about. But as far as I am concerned, see, the medicine is being soaked in sugar balls, white sugar, that too, purified sugar, all right. I don't see what's the point unless you're giving it to babies. Sugar ball, a baby would swallow, so maybe it's attractive like that. Maybe it was just a way of, instead of putting a very strong tincture it's actually like tincture. That's the thing
Yes,
I
so
felt.
actually, Sadhguru, the science behind homeopathy is, one, the word itself, homeopathy, says that some substance could cure a person of a disease which it would cause when it is given in larger amount. One, that is falsified, and two is, what they would do is, they dilute that substance to very small concentrations that there would be no single atom of that substance even in the tonic they are giving. So, I don't know if both are just falsified, but there are still scientific studies, but none of them proves that.
So I feel somebody came up with strong concoction like tincture, alcohol, something else mixed up very strong, and nobody could drink it. So somebody came up with a sugar ball which will suck it up, soak it up, and then you can take it. So I think it's just a simple form of chemical medication going to you in a sweet way. Probably for children and all it worked because I saw it work for somebody very well. Somebody told me, you take this, you take that, it made no difference for me. I couldn't take it. I tried to drink it straight without the sugar ball. It was too strong, just burning kind of strong. So I dropped it there. So I'm not an expert in it, I don't want to comment, but what I'm saying is, even if somebody is doing mumbo-jumbo nonsense and somebody is getting healed, leave it alone because for that person, he wants to get healthy. He doesn't want to prove a system works or doesn't work. Only thing is, you're thinking in terms of somebody is being fooled. Maybe, I'm not sure. But people are getting cured with Bach flower medicine, all right, that's also come from Germany. Just a handful of flowers. Germany doesn't have variety of flowers like a tropical country. It's a handful of flowers, just those flowers. People are getting healed. Tibetan medicine uses mountain flowers, very few species out there in Himalayas. With that, they are doing something, and I will tell you my experience. I had a ligament tear. I went to some sports doctor in Mumbai. He said without surgery, no way to fix it, and no golf for 6 months. Well, no golf is not a prescription that I will take. So I said no, and then I went to United States. I met somebody who was a specialist in this. He looked at this and said, again, no golf, surgery is a must. I was in London, somebody else checked me up who treats all the tennis players and all that. He said, this has to be fixed with surgery. I'm not willing to go under the knife. So I was just waiting, I was just wrapping it up and playing golf. I was in Moscow. There this Russian guy told me, Sadhguru, there is a Chinese doctor that you must meet. I said, no Chinese doctor for me. I'm not going to be poked with needles, this, that and all. No, this guy is really good, otherwise I won't tell you. I said, okay. With total disdain I went there. This man just examined me like this, like that. He put some herb on top of the needle, 5 needles. He said, 5 days you must be here. But my schedule was I was there only for 3 days. I told him, okay, because otherwise he won't start the treatment. After 3 days, I left. He just put these 5 needles with something burning on the top. Believe me, it's just gone within 4 or 5 days. I just couldn't believe it. Because everybody said it can't be fixed without surgery. This guy just put 5 needles with something burning on it, which is a treatment for about 15–20 minutes a day, 3 days, gone. Never came back. So, I don't care what it is, if it's helping somebody, don't disturb it. What to do? If it works, I believe in what works. It is scientifically correct, not correct, because science itself is not correct, just know this. Science is not absolute, all right? Every day they're saying new things. If something is working for somebody, I won't disturb it. It's okay. I don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's working for him, why should I disturb it?
That's it for the questions from our end, Sadhguruji.
That's it?
Yeah, we are truly grateful to you for guiding us
Thank you, ma'am.
use the human mind, not just as a tool.
He's got a question.
But as a gateway to inner freedom and well-being. We truly thank you for this gift. Now, if we may have your permission, can we invite some of the questions from our respected
Yes,
audience?
Something came up about 7 minutes, miracle of the mind, we didn't touch upon that. See, this is a simple process. This is not what I would teach you if you came with more seriousness. But you are that kind who thinks your life is not worth investing more than 7 minutes. If you're that kind, you don't have 7 minutes for your well-being, then at least 7 minutes you do. It makes a world of difference. The research shows that the alpha element in the brain is significantly high within 5 to 6 minutes of meditation. So, in today's world where young people, they're stressing everything. Hello? Everything. They're playing a game, they're stressed. They're studying what they want to study, they're stressed. They're having relationships, they're stressed. They're eating what they want and they're stressed. What is not stress? First and foremost thing is to understand, stress is not a consequence of the activity that you do. It is just your inability to manage your body, your brains, your thought, emotion, chemistry, energies. You don't know the basic anatomy of who you are. You may know the heart, liver, lung business, but how this body is made, what is it that causes balance, what is it that causes distress? This is not understood, this cannot be understood from outside, little attention to the inner, anybody can know, it doesn't take anything. So these 7 minutes can make a wonderful difference. Our idea is to… See, right now meditation means you must go to a guru or an organization or some place. We want to make it like this. I must tell you this. In 1866, a survey shows that in United States, over 50% of the people over 45 years of age did not have teeth. They knew how to shoot. They had a gun, but they had no brush. People lost their teeth. Today everybody has their teeth. Don't think it's because of dental surgeons. It's because of our mothers and fathers who stuck the brush in your mouth and said, if you don't brush, you won't get breakfast today. Hello? Yes or no? So I want meditation to become like this, that in every family, naturally from generation to generation it passes on. You don't need a bloody guru to teach 7 minutes of meditation, all right? Your mother can teach you. It used to be like that 2-3 generations ago. In every family there's some simple form of thing, some mantra, little puja, some meditation, something was there in every family. Last 2 generations we've gotten dislocated from that. It's time to bring that back. But you can't bring it back in the same way as it was, you have to bring it back in such a way that it is secular. Okay? So it's very secular. Your breath is secular, I think? Or you have a Hindu breath? No. So, using your breath, you can do certain simple things which will do wonders to you. Please invest on this and don't stress. That much you can handle. Stress, distress, then depression and panic, everything will… it's a progression. Do you understand? You're in a college, university, parents pay for it, others teach you whatever they know best. Everything is provided by Government of India, here at least. What are you stressing about, huh? Everything is done for you, all you have to do is learn something that you want to learn. You don't want to learn, please go and do something else. Because an unwilling doctor is a dangerous doctor, isn't it? Hello? Unwilling doctor is a dangerous doctor or no? You must be willing. Understand this much. In your life, whatever you're doing, if you're doing it willingly, it becomes your heaven. If you do it unwillingly, it becomes your hell. This is all the differences. Please, whoever, take the microphone. Namaskar. It's not working, please. Hey, you guys take this cards in your examination also? In your examination you're taking these cards? No. You only copy questions, not answers. Please,
Sir.
please, sir.
Sir, if you'll get second chance in life, if you can
hold it, you've seen Lady Gaga like this?
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. So, sir, if you'll get second chance in life, would you like to become a Sadhguru again, or a doctor like us, or a teacher, or somebody else?
I already have second chance. Last year I went through… within 2 months I went through 2 emergency surgeries. That was a second chance. I thought, I've had many chances like that, still I've remained a Sadhguru.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, Sadhguru.
Who is this?
So, horoscope reading is very common, especially when one is in despair. So, my question is, what are your thoughts about destiny? And how do you think that horoscope reading should be taken in understanding one's life path?
Life's path or partner?
Path or purpose or…
Partner. No, usually at the time of marriage is when people are really coming up with 2-3 varieties of horoscopes.
I think generally when even students
Yeah.
during
even
that
students are doing
education,
that.
any time
You
in
check
life.
your horoscope before you go to the examination, huh? I'm calling it horoscope. Because if somebody can tell you, this is the kind of life you are going to live, you are a horror. Because you have not understood what it means to be human. Human is a possibility. It is not a fixed entity, that this is what it will be. You can make it whatever you want out of it. Let's put it this way, for all the other creatures, 90% of their life is fixed by nature. 10% latitude they have to develop individual characteristics. Let's say you take 10 tigers, 90% they are same, 10% little, one guy is little more aggressive than the other, another guy is little different, 10% difference. But with a human being, only 10% is fixed, 90% you can make it the way you want. Or you're molded by the society, or by the parents, or by the institutions in which you grow up, or you shape it consciously. It's up to you. So when this is the case, if somebody else can tell you, this is the kind of life you will live, I think it's a horror. It's a tragic life even before it starts. Because you think something else will fix it. Does it mean to say nothing else exists except my own will? Not like that. There are many forces. There are many forces which push us here and there. But see, right now, this vessel is sitting here, it's becoming famous these days. Because of its form, because of its material, it reverberates in its own way. Every form has its own reverberation. Now the choice is, will I get influenced by this vessel, or will this vessel get influenced by me? This is a choice. So will you get influenced by the planet, or will you influence the planet? This is a choice you have. First thing you tell me is inanimate material. The inanimate material in the world or in the cosmos should decide human consciousness, or human consciousness should decide the destiny of inanimate material. Which way should it be? Hello? You're not saying anything? No, you're afraid because your astrologer may disagree and give you a wrong prediction for you. See, in India, a whole lot of people, do you have an accident injury? I'm sure it's always full. Because in India, a whole lot of people on the street are testing their horoscope. I am driving with somebody who's come from United States, and my right leg is little heavy, and I'm driving. And this lady who's sitting with me, Sadhguru, how do you drive like this? People are crossing like this, people doing… I said, no, they're just testing their horoscope. Their astrologer told them, you will live till 86. He's only 35, he's testing it, whether it works or not. And the idiot is not saved because of his astrologer, he is saved because of my driving. All right. Little… if I drive the same way as he was walking, he will be dead. And every day, they are dying every year. Over 186,000 people are dying on the roads of India. It's the largest in the world. And every 12 minutes, somebody is losing a limb. Every 4 minutes, somebody has a fracture. Good business for the hospital, but human suffering. One of the UN agencies said, you trying to become a superpower, it'll never happen. You will be a land of cripples in another 25 years. Because every 12 minutes somebody is losing a limb. How many have lost their limbs? Just now, somebody in our yoga center driving a stupid motorcycle because inspired by me, unfortunately. The idiot is going somewhere with his wife, he thinks he can travel non-stop. I drive day and night non-stop. 24 hours, 48 hours I can ride. He is doing something like this along with his wife. He's got a break and he's going somewhere near Andhra Pradesh. He falls asleep on the motorcycle. He goes and hits a barrier. His arm falls off, left arm, and his wife, wearing a helmet without the belt, she falls backward, she dies on the spot. He loses his arm and is coming and sitting in the ashram now, armless idiot. I know everybody thinks, you must be compassionate to him. I said, treat him like a fool. He's killed his wife. Whether consciously or unconsciously, it doesn't matter. You caused a death and you crippled yourself. For what? You don't have that much sense. If you're sleepy, you bloody stop and take a dip in the gutter, because most rivers are like that, that's why I said it. When I was riding across India, everywhere I took dips in the rivers. These days it's like gutter, it's all right. But take a dip somewhere, do something, drink one tea, do something or stop and sleep, isn't it? So, why I'm saying and why I'm speaking so harshly is, how many young lives are being lost? How many limbs are being lost? What are we doing? The whole generation of people, simply because we build roads, we are going and crashing and killing ourselves. This is happening at a scale that you can't imagine. Every 12 minutes a limb is lost. What is this? 186,000 people. In all the goddamn wars we have fought, 3 wars with Pakistan, 1 with China, and all the terror, nobody has killed this many Indians. Every year we're killing that many on the road. You think it's because of horoscope? Because they were all destined to die, is it? Bad driving? Yes or no? We better come to terms with that.
Sadhguru, it's a great pleasure to listen to you, your conversation with our boys and girls. My question is that medicine is a practice of both science and art. While science is flourishing with new inventions, we do transplants, we do big surgeries, but art is being lost over decades. And art is the beauty of medicine. How do you revive art in medicine? What's your mantra for all of us and all people listening all around here?
Well, suppose you think your surgery is artistic, you will want to do more and more of it, which is dangerous, which I think is happening in the world. People are doing more surgeries than it is necessary in many places. Hello, may not be here, but in many places. So don't make it art. It's life. See, whether it's your life or my life, life is life, isn't it? Let's understand this much. This is my body, that's your body. This is my mind, that's your mind. You may agree with some parts of my mind, overlap may happen, but this is my mind, that's your mind. But there is no such thing as my life and your life. Life is just one big phenomena. You capture a little, I capture a little. Depending upon how much you capture, that's how significant your life will become. Now that people who lie on their… on the hospital bed or on the surgery table, don't need your art, they need your attention. Art needs attention also. Hello? See, an artist looks at a tree and he sees 25 different greens, 25 shades of greens. Somebody else looks at it, they don't even see it's green. I'm saying that's a level of attention. An artist needs attention. Don't worry about the art. If you have the keenest possible attention that you can generate, you will do something, the best that you can do. In our lives, if we do not do what we cannot do, there is no problem. But if we do not do what we can do, we are a disaster, isn't it? And no doctor should be a disaster, because your disaster is somebody's life. That goes for drivers also.
Namaste Sadhguruji.
Please take the microphone.
Namaste Sadhguruji. I'm Deepika, a PhD scholar. So as a researcher…
Where are you, madam? Where are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
here. So as a researcher, me and my colleagues often face we can say ethical dilemmas regarding the work that we are doing that might help some and…
Little closer if you can hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a researcher, we have some ethical dilemmas on working on some things like that harm somebody or benefit some others. For example, we use animals as an experiment for human benefit. So I would like to ask you, how should we deal such kind of a moral conflict in research?
I know even in a high school we are opening up the frogs. Nobody is interested in what's in the frog, the high school students, they're just opening for fun and looking at a live heart beating. The frog doesn't like it, believe me, all right? So we have looked at these things. If it is absolutely necessary, we can do it. But I think the way it is being done is excessive. I don't know if you know the numbers, I'm sure you should know. I know the numbers. It is unimaginable cruelty. It could be minimized. Today, a whole lot of things could be learned digitally, all right? You don't have to necessarily do those things. So it could be minimized. See, because I want to save this life, so I'll take this life, doesn't make sense to me. But sometimes you may have to. So it is not an ethical thing, it is a sensible decision to make, but right now I feel it's in excess, far more than what you should. There was a time during World War II, it's happened in certain countries, I don't want to name them, that they have dissected live human beings. They have dissected without anesthesia. They have dissected pregnant women to see how things are happening, different stages of pregnancy, they want to see live. They opened up bellies and looked at it. What great learning came out of it, tell me. So there is no end if you want to do. To save this life, let's dissect that one and see what is inside. No, it is not necessary, there are many other ways to… That's why I said if you turn inward a little bit, you know more about this system than you would know by opening up something else. But if something is vital and necessary, that we are experimenting with something, how it works, whatever, I'm not against it. I'm not somebody who is willing to take an ethical or a philosophical stance about it, but a humanistic stance, that you will not do anything more than what is needed when it comes to cruelty. We're all cruel in some way, we eat something, right? Hello? Whether you eat a plant or an animal, you're eating something, it's cruel. Whether you cut a plant or an animal, some life is being taken. You just do it with gratitude, you do it to the extent it's necessary, not excessively. That's all you can do. For all of you who are aspiring to be doctors, young people,
so let us give a standing ovation.
I'm sorry. It's my wish and my blessing that all of you should become great doctors. Great doctor means not that you know everything. No doctor knows everything, all right? We know something. A great doctor is one who uses that something with utmost care and involvement. That makes you a great doctor, not because you know everything, because you care, because you're involved in what you're doing. Please make that happen, because it's a very, a significant profession of various things. When people are ill, they are like children, they are like infants. Treat them well. Namaskar.